Everyone, today we will be learning about the concept of namespaces. So what are namespaces are nothing but various related data types are said to be grouped in a single concept. That is said to be a namespace. A collection of data types, it may be a collection of types, collection of classes, interfaces, the delegates, all these come under the namespaces. So that is called as a namespace. So next will be in the next slide we will be learning about what is namespace, why it is said to be used in C#. Okay, so we start up. You can see here namespace. What is namespace? It is being given here. Namespace, it is nothing but it's a way of grouping all the semantically related types into a single umbrella, or you can say a single group under which everything is said to be grouped together and it is being placed here. That is said to be a namespace. In this namespace, all the whichever types you are using, it will be mentioned. For example, you can see here you have classes, enumerations, you have interfaces, delegates or the structures which come under a single namespace. For example, your system.io is an namespace which helps out in getting all the details of all the classes. It may be enumerations or whichever it is. You are said to be, without this namespace you can't do anything while the programming concept. So main important was in system.io, or you can say only system. In C# it is only system, where you can take the inputs and outputs, you can feed the outputs, you can draw all the aspects here in the system concept. Okay, this is the part of a namespace. Other things which are being covered in the namespace we will be dealing here. Okay, there are various namespaces related to your database. It may be debugging, everything. Different namespaces are said to be present in C#. Okay, so here a program is being given. You can see here. Okay, you can see here a program. You have in the beginning you have using system. Okay, in the beginning you have the concept of using system. It is nothing but your namespace, without which you can't do anything. After that you have the public class my app. It's nothing but how you declare it. All the data types you are said to be giving one class name, and where that class is said to be available everywhere, then it is said to be public. Okay, here you have the class name. Whichever your name you want to give, you can give name to that particular class. Okay, you all know what do you mean by class. It's nothing but collection of objects is said to be a class. Okay, already you have learned in Java. That also same concept is being covered here. Next is public static void main. Public static void main is nothing but whatever data which you are using within the main concept, everything it is said to be having a reserved place in the memory. In the memory, a static place is being allocated for whatever data you are using. Okay, here your data is high from C#, that it will be storing in the memory with a constant space. That is said to be your public static void main. Main also has different types. It may be integer type, it may be string type, it may be without the arguments, with arguments, all come under the concept of your main. So here you can see in the beginning you have the system namespace, where whatever you use, console is nothing but your screen. Okay, on your screen whatever you do, whatever you put the transactions, whatever you do, you put the inputs, you get the output, everything that it is being done in the console app. That app is supported by the system namespace. Okay, without which you can't do anything. Okay, the main aspect is your system part, and other things when you are said to be considering, you can not build any of the applications without a system namespace, and it is the main root namespace of all the namespaces. Okay, so this is the concept of how you write a program, simple program. In the next class I will be dealing with a program, where I will be explaining once again how you run a program, what do you do in a program, how to execute a program. That you will be learning in the next aspect. Okay. Next, you can see here in VB also you are said to be writing the same way the coding. Here you have the import statement. Okay, there you are said to be using the term using, but here in VB you have the import statement and the namespace. Same thing it is there. And public static void main you are using, instead of it is said to be as your module my app, and you have the main section under which you are said to be printing this statement. You are here also using the console write line statement only in VB also. You have ending the subroutine, entering the module in VB, but it has the same aspect. It uses the same namespace. So your .NET framework, it uses the same namespace. It doesn't use any other namespaces, which is said to be common for all the languages in the .NET framework. Okay, so next we will be learning other concepts or other types of namespaces which are said to be available in C Sharp. You can see here one of the namespaces system.collection. This system.collection, why it is being used is whatever aspect you are learning of arrays and queues, everything when you are using you have to mention that system.collection. Array elements, declaring the array elements, using the array elements, you are displaying, printing the array elements, you are using the queue aspect, everything it will be there in the system.collection. Okay, in the database concept, if you want the database, you store some data onto the database, you use the system.data.oledb. Then system.diagnostic, it is used for debugging the features which are there in any of the .NET framework languages. Then if you want to use the drawing concept, you want to draw a triangle, you want to draw a rectangle, whatever graphical interfaces you want, that it is being got through the system.drawing or system.drawing.painting. Okay, and input output, if you want to buffer the input output, you want to see the input output, it is said to be present in system.io. You can do input a file input output can be done, you can buffer a file, you can store a file, everything can be done. The storing aspect, create, delete, all those files can be done through the system.io. Other types of namespaces are, you can see system.net. System.net, it's nothing but when you are said to be requesting the sockets. I want to request some sockets, then it is said to be using the system.net. Request for sockets, then requesting for the data, then getting a response from the data, everything it is through the system.net. If you want to give some security for your data, then you are using the permissions and cryptography concept in the system.security. Threading concept, creating the threads, deleting the threads, it is system.threads concept. Web interfaces, how do you get the web interfaces, get interacted with the web interfaces, it is through the system.web. Then system.windows, okay, I am creating multiple forms, I design multiple forms and I move from one form to another form, one window to another window. Then it is said to be through the Windows aspect. You get the various dialog boxes, you have keys, the gadgets, everything in the system.windows. And XML files can be accessed through the system.xml. Okay, all these are the namespaces which are available in the C Sharp. Okay, another concept is there in C Sharp that you can declare your own namespaces. Okay, in C Sharp you can declare your own namespaces. Those are custom defined namespaces. So custom defined namespaces, already these two are said to be your declared namespaces, but you can create your own namespaces. User defined namespaces can be created in C Sharp. For example, if you have various vehicles, car, bus, bike, everything, for those vehicles you can maintain a supreme class or namespace. Okay, that supreme namespace is the vehicle namespace, and that you can create class car, class bus and class bike, which are the supreme of your vehicle, and this vehicle can be used as your namespace. In the next slide you can see here what has happened. What has happened here, you can see here you have used your vehicle as your namespace, which can be used everywhere. When you declare here vehicle means what, automatically instead of every time declaring that class or namespace, what do? Directly you can use that interface the class anywhere. You can use this vehicle in C Sharp language, you can use it in VB language or any other languages which are there in .NET. Just when I mention this vehicle namespace, it can use whatever classes are there within that vehicle namespace, that can be used anywhere. That is the advantage of your namespaces. Okay. Another thing is that, okay, when your namespaces, multiple vehicles are there. For example, underwater vehicles are there. You have then roadway vehicles are there, or airway vehicles are there. When you are differentiating, so it may have multiple vehicle types. So in that also you can resolve that name clashes also. You can provide the vehicles with a different names. Okay, that namespace you can provide it with the different namespaces. Those also are the user defined namespaces. So you can resolve those namespaces with a different names. Okay, here it is mentioned in the program, you can see here. In the next slide you can see here already you have a vehicle namespace. Okay, in order to change that vehicle parts, okay, any other types are there, I can mention a different namespace here, my vehicle. Okay, 2 vehicle namespaces are there. So the class or the namespace in which already one vehicle with its car types is being mentioned, that is in the namespace vehicle. Another namespace is there, under that I can mention a different types of cars or the different types of vehicles. So different name clashes can be resolved here in the aspect also. Okay, and then okay, when a bigger name is there, okay, bigger name is there for your namespaces, I can make that namespace as a shorter one. For example, your vehicle class is there, in vehicle or in my vehicle your car is there, car class is there. Okay, in that if I want to specify, I can make that particular car class as a shorter name by using in this way. Okay, you have my vehicle, in that car you have that, you can make it as a shorter name by making it as a nickname. For example, my car, I am making it a shorter one, and wherever I want to use it, I can use it with the smaller way. I need not mention my vehicle dot car. This is your class name. Okay, your namespace plus your class name, how you are differentiating with a dot. Okay, instead of using this whole name, what do? I can use a shorter name for it called as my car. So this is one aspect of C#, that everything C# or VB or whichever languages which are there in the .NET framework, I can use a bigger name as a smaller name while it is being declared in the namespaces. Okay, that is the concept of your namespaces with concept of alias. Alias is nothing but a different aspect where you are learning, you are giving a different name for this bigger one. Okay, and last part in the namespaces, your nested namespace. Nested namespaces is nothing but multiple namespaces are there. They can be grouped into a single one by only differentiating, by putting only a single dot in between. You can see here in the example what has happened. You have different namespaces, vehicle, my vehicle, and another in vehicle, other vehicle, everything, multiple namespaces may come. So those namespaces can be made in a single line. How it is being done as, in this way you can differentiate. Okay, namespace vehicle dot my vehicle, okay, dot in vehicle dot other vehicle, like that you can set to multiple namespaces can be separated with the dot. Okay, that is called as the namespace. So we have learned about the concept in the namespaces. General namespaces are there: system, system.io, system.data, system.net, system.oledb, everything, all those namespaces are there. Other than that, you can create your own namespaces. You can resolve the namespace clashes, like multiple namespaces of the same type maybe. So you can resolve it by, you can change it in a different way, you can name it in a different way. And you can use the concept of bigger namespaces are there, you can use the alias concept, and if multiple namespaces are there, you can nest it and make it in a single line, you can use the namespaces. That is the concept of your namespaces which you have learned today. So all these are the main parts of your programming. Before you begin your programming concept, you should be knowing the concept of namespace. That is the thing. Okay. Okay, we will be closing it today. So next class we will be dealing with the programming concept. Okay, thank you.